Hey everybody, Chef Kimber Dean. I'm really excited. I want to show you guys this meal I make for a friend of mine and also a client that has bone density and muscle mass loss. So we're trying to help her osteoporosis and just help her bones get more dense and stronger. We'll go ahead and get started at the end of this. I will go ahead and read off or tell you all why I use everything. We're really trying to increase her vitamin D, calcium, protein, all the things that help strengthen your muscles. We'll get started first with our beef meatballs. We'll first preheat our oven. I'm gonna preheat our oven to 400 degrees. I always try to use local grass-fed, grass-finished beef. This is from Fed to Farm. Love them, they're so great. And I have all of our seasonings, our sea salt, garlic, onion powder, oregano, and that flax meal. Flax meal acts as a binder. A lot of the times people use eggs or breadcrumbs. I just like the idea of getting those seeds into my diet however I can and into my kids' diet. Love using this recipe. It's great for meatballs, burgers. You could use it for meatloaf. We're just gonna mix this in until all of that seasoning gets incorporated. By the end, I want to just be kneading this like a bread loaf. So I just fold it and spin my bowl and then press down with my knuckles just to get it incorporated. Perfect. Awesome. I like a 3/4 ounce scoop. You could use a 1 ounce, whatever size meatball you want. I just scoop these flat and I'll just start lining my pan here. We'll just get all of our meatballs on here. I got all my meatballs scooped. I'm gonna put these behind me to the side. I'm actually gonna take the rest of this meat that's pre-seasoned and freeze it. We're gonna start cutting our sweet potatoes for our bone density bowl. I'm gonna take my gloves off, wash my hands, and then we'll get cutting. This is what a purple sweet potato looks like. You can get them at your health food stores. Usually the local ones can get them for you, or the bigger chains probably have them, definitely in season in the fall and the winter. We wanna wash them. These are pre-washed already. I'm gonna cut the ends off. Save those for my compost. And these are kind of funky shaped. I'm gonna cut it in half. We just wanna make bite-sized cubes so that this all cooks around the same time. Look at how pretty that color is. Eek. Okay, we'll go ahead and just cut these up. And these are beautiful purple sweet potatoes. Yay. For our seasonings, we use some olive oil. You could do avocado oil. Sea salt, of course. Some black pepper. And cumin, or cumin, however you say it. I'm just gonna massage all of this on here. Our oven is preheated to 400 degrees and it's not even up to temp yet. So I was able to get these sweet potatoes cut and seasoned and the beef meatballs all made before the oven's even ready for them to go in. We want these to be in a single layer, just like so. We'll put those to the side. I'm gonna wash my hands and then we're gonna get our quinoa and our lentils started. We'll throw in our sweet potatoes, we'll throw in our beef meatballs, and all of that will be cooking while we're getting the rest of the bowl ready. That's ready. Let's put it in. The meatballs only take 20 minutes. The sweet potatoes are probably gonna take between 35 and 45 minutes. We'll just get that going for 20 minutes right now. And then we're gonna get our quinoa and our lentils going. Our lentils, because I want this to be high in protein, which lentils already are, and for that bone density health, I have some beef bone broth that I made the other day. We've got our red lentils in here. And we're just gonna add in some olive oil. And then I have sea salt, black pepper, turmeric, and garlic. And this is just gonna add to that flavor. Turmeric, anti-inflammatory for her joints. We'll bring this up to a boil, and then we're gonna reduce it down to a simmer. Usually takes about 20-ish minutes, give or take, to cook lentils all the way through. So we'll get that going. Here I have my quinoa. Quinoa is a whole protein. Again, we want this bowl to be really high in protein. I'll talk about the macros and micronutrients at the end of this video. Quinoa for bone density. We've got our quinoa. I also have some chicken bone broth that I made. So I have no sea salt in this bone broth yet, just because sometimes I make it unseasoned. So when I'm making other things, it doesn't mess with the recipe or over season it. Over salting is too much. We've got our olive oil. And then we have our seasoning. So salt, black pepper, turmeric, garlic, onion powder. And just like our lentils, we're gonna put this on our stovetop, bring it up to a boil on that high heat, and then reduce it down to a simmer. Quinoa is probably the same amount of time as lentils, around 20-ish minutes. I don't cover mine, you could cover yours. Make sure you stir it every once in a while. We'll have them here for you to see that. And once these are done, I'll show you guys what it looks like for our final product, our final bowl. We have our sweet potatoes and meatballs in the oven. Our quinoa and our lentils are coming up to a boil. This would be the perfect time to make a sauce. I love hummus in this. It's higher in protein with those garbanzo beans. And the sesame seeds, the tahini, has a lot of calcium, again, for those bones, that bone health. I already had some lemon garlic hummus. I can put a link to that recipe in my cooking video for you to use that. It's out of Happy Food Cookbook, already pre-made. I'm just gonna package it into 2-ounce containers and use that. If you're not making your sauce or you just wanna buy your own hummus, we'll go ahead and get started with our mushrooms, our sauteed mushrooms. I have a pan here. To clean our mushrooms, we just want to take a paper towel or a towel. If there is any sort of mud on it, grab my compost. We just want to brush it off into our compost, the trash, back in the container. So I'll go ahead and wipe all these off. If you do use water to get these clean, they're gonna get waterlogged. Ooh, there goes that one to the chickens. So they can get waterlogged and they'll be really nasty. The texture won't be good. So you don't want to spray these with water. They're like a sponge. They just absorb it. So wipe off all that mud. We have all of that mud wiped off, the dirt wiped off. We're ready to just slice our mushrooms. You could quarter them if you wanted. I think, what do I want to do? I'm going to quarter them just because it's a bowl. It'll make them more fun to pick up with your fork rather than slices. It's not like I'm doing it on top of a steak. These are a part of the bowl, not a sauce. So I'm gonna quarter these before we start sauteing them. So a quarter is cut it in half and then cut that half in half. Our quartered mushrooms. I love sauteing mushrooms. My youngest loves mushrooms. She actually asked me to make extra after this so she can have some sauteed mushrooms. We eat a lot of them here. We got our olive oil, sea salt. Mushrooms definitely take more sea salt than most veggies. I'm not saying a ton more, but they do take a little bit more. And then we'll do our garlic powder and our onion powder. You could just, we'll just do garlic powder. So we'll just add our garlic powder here. Quinoa is boiling. We're gonna bring it down to a simmer. And then we're gonna throw our mushrooms on. Everything is cooking right now. Everything that we're gonna put in this bowl is cooking. It's getting heated up. We want everything to be hot at the same time. The sweet potatoes, like I said, are probably gonna be the thing that takes the longest to cook. And I think purple sweet potatoes, actually I know purple sweet potatoes cook longer than orange or regular sweet potatoes. That's why we wanted to get those in so quick. I also put them on the top rack above the meatballs so they'll get the heat a little bit more. Hopefully it cooks them a little bit quicker. Now all this coming up to a boil. I'm just gonna stir everything. First, I'm gonna stir my quinoa. Then I'm gonna stir my lentils. And then finally, one more out for my mushrooms. I like to bring my mushrooms to a medium-high temperature to saute them here. Don't add water. Mushrooms release a ton of liquid. It's like spinach. You don't think a lot's gonna come out, but then at the end there is a lot of moisture. We keep the lid off to let that moisture evaporate so it's not soggy and gross. But in the beginning, it's just a little bit of oil. You wanna start coating everything so it doesn't stick. We don't have that seasoning sticking and burning on the bottom. And again, just let these cook, and I promise you the liquid will start to come out. I'm gonna turn my lentils down. You can see these are starting to come up. You do not want this to overboil. My mushrooms are almost perfectly cooked. You can see them here. So what I'm gonna do is try one of the bigger ones, see if it has enough salt. It's perfect. I'm gonna leave this turned off now. I wanted to turn off that heat, and I wanna leave this on the electric burner just to keep it warm. And these can keep sauteing. So they're still a little more firm. They'll be just fine while everything else finishes up cooking. And then once everything's ready, we'll build our bowls. It's that simple. I'll see you guys when everything's ready. My 20-minute timer went off for my beef meatballs. I'm gonna grab those out and I'm gonna add 10 more minutes onto my purple sweet potatoes. They are perfect. Let me get another. Look how perfect they are. You could freeze these cooked as well. I've done that before. All I have to do is pull them out, put them on top of a salad, reheat them for spaghetti for my family. We're just gonna put these to the side. My red lentils and my quinoa are about done. Got our red lentils here. Just about 5 more minutes while the sweet potatoes finish cooking. And then my quinoa looks perfect. I'm gonna mix that up as well. These both have a little bit of liquid, about 5 more minutes on each. And all this is gonna be done around the same exact time. My timer just went off for the purple sweet potatoes, and actually it's the perfect time for me to take off my quinoa. It is finished, it is fluffy. I just wanna kind of fluff it up here, mix it up so the bottom is as cooked as the top. Nice, we'll leave that. Shoot right there. That looks good. I have my hummuses already packed in containers, and then I'll turn off my lentils as well. So we've got our lentils, mushrooms, quinoa, and let me go ahead and grab those sweet potatoes. Look at how pretty they are. So you just want to be able to push your finger in, and they just break open like that. I'm gonna try one too. Oh my gosh, it's cooked perfectly. It's so, so good. I love purple sweet potatoes. I love regular sweet potatoes. So we got our sweet potatoes, meatballs, quinoa, lentils, and our mushrooms. We'll go ahead and start plating these up. I'm gonna show you guys one just for me right now in a glass container before I package this for my friend. We'll start with everything. I like to use a scoop, like an ice cream scoop. This is a 2-ounce scoop, just so I have more portion control, but we'll go with the sweet potatoes first. A little bit of our quinoa. We've got our lentils. I'm just gonna do a little bit of mushrooms. If you wanted to keep it vegan, that's what this is gonna look like, and it's still just as beautiful. It's colorful, so high in protein, I'm gonna just take one of these out. Any hummus you like would go great on this. Do about 5 beef meatballs for me. And this is gonna be my dinner tonight when I go to my daughter's soccer practice. Look how beautiful. This bowl right here, 1 serving, is over 50 grams of protein. That's insane with all the bone broth, the lentils, the beef meatballs, the quinoa. So much protein in here. I'm gonna try to get a bite of everything. It's gonna be an attempt. Okay, just smaller sweet potato. It's so perfect. It's not too savory with those sweet potatoes. It gives it a little sweetness that you don't expect. I'm gonna bite into this meatball, show you guys what it looks like. Perfectly cooked. Flaxseed helps keep all of this together. It's so yummy and delicious. I can't stop eating it. I gotta stop. I gotta take this for my meal prep for dinner tonight. I'm gonna finish meal prepping all of these, and then at the end, I'll go ahead and show you guys what the health benefits, macros, and micronutrients are. So go ahead and keep watching. I'm back from making my osteoporosis clients meal for bone density, muscle mass, and just helping her osteoporosis heal. Some of the things I want to do incorporate vitamin D, vitamin K, calcium, protein, all the things that Dr. Josh Axe recommends, which is why I chose all of these things. I can always put more details in the description. I just have some notes. I'm not gonna get too detailed into this. Very high protein, each one of these. This is my chicken tender bowl, and we got roasted sweet potatoes. About the size of a stack or a deck of cards of chicken is gonna be 30 grams of protein. So both of these meals, the osteoporosis bowl I made and the chicken tenders bowls, are over 50 grams of protein each, which is great for her. She also ordered my bone broth, chicken bone broth, high in protein. She sips on it, great for gut health repair and just overall gut health. High protein, grain-free granola that she loves, a lot of nuts, a lot of seeds, pepitas that are high in protein. I also have some prepared smoothies. I make her almond milk. Sometimes I make her walnut milk for the omega-3s. In the bag, we have berries. I want it to be low sugar, blueberries, strawberries. We've got avocado, that healthy fat, and again, omega-3s for that bone health, creatine, collagen, and protein powder. I also put kale and sometimes rotate maybe arugula or spinach in here, just so she's getting more calcium as well. I just wanna make sure I've got everything in here. The specialty bowl, I do the beef bone broth in the lentils. Lentils are already high in protein, plus that bone broth just adds more. I do chicken bone broth in the quinoa. The quinoa is a whole protein, so it's just gonna add different, the beef versus the chicken bone broth, different amino acids and different variations, which is just gonna help heal her even quicker with all of this protein and all of that collagen and different amino acids. We've got our mushrooms, vitamin K, vitamin D, sweet potatoes. I know they're good for something. I don't have them written on here. Meatballs, very high in protein. We're getting that animal fat and that animal protein, which is just so great for her. Hummus, the tahini, has that calcium. It's really high in calcium, so great for her bone health. Again, this is just really fun for me. It's really fun to show you guys. Oh, in the smoothies, I also have chia seeds, omega-3s, high in calcium, very high in calcium, and also a little bit more protein. So again, this is what I make for her on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, and she is seeing improvement. Her bones are getting stronger, her muscles are getting stronger. It's very, very exciting to see. She's a retired nurse, so I just love helping people in the health field feel better. They deserve it. Check out my other videos. Let me know if you want me to show you other meals I make for other clients with different diseases and things we're trying to heal. I love helping you guys create meals that make you feel good. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I can't wait to cook for you guys again. See ya.